So we just got this new box in the mail today. It's going to be a shipment of Bullion we'll be looking at. It's going to be 10 ounces total, 5 2-ounce rounds, and these are all going to be limited mintage from Pheli Mint. So let's go ahead and get started and open it up and see what they look like. Let's see, so we'll start with this. Just get that open. All right, let's see if that did the trick. All right, there it is. We got this first part open, and let's see what we have inside. Alright, so we have some packing material, and then here it looks like this is going to be the rounds inside of this foam, so we'll put that off to the side. The first thing we have in the box is going to be our certificates of authentication. So it looks like this is the one for 2019, and we'll go ahead and take a look at each one, starting with the 2016. So we have that here, and then on this you have the design, and it looks like you have some information about it. And for the information written, it looks like it's the same for each card. And then on here we have the finish, brilliant uncirculated, 3/9 fine silver, 2 ounces, and the mintage. It looks like this one is 2,357. So pretty cool, nothing on the back. And then we have that for 2016 there. And this is going to be 2019 here. 2020. 2017 and 2018. So pretty cool. We'll set those aside. And now we'll get into the actual silver. Alright, went ahead and put on some gloves for this, so let's start opening it up. Looks like we have 2 layers of styrofoam, and underneath it we have the rounds. Looks like they're taped. Pretty nice packaging. Looks like they're not getting damaged there. So let's open that up. Alright, got that out, so let's see if we can get them out now. Alright, there we go. So it looks like they are going to be coming in these plastic cases, which is pretty nice because I was thinking about buying these plastic cases if they didn't have any, but it looks like they already took care of that for us. So that's pretty nice, and we have all 5 here. So very nice. Let's take a look at them. So I'm going to go ahead and see here. So this one here, let's start with 1. This is going to be the 2018. And it's definitely looking pretty nice here. You can really see that the artwork is very well done. Definitely a nice piece, and it's got some good size to it, some good weight. Definitely happy with this. And then for the back, we have this design. So we have the mint, Pheli Mint there, and we have 2 ounces, 3/9, and fine silver. Definitely a nice piece. The side has a pretty nice shine to it. Definitely looks like a good piece of art, really. So we are going to have 5 in total. This is going to be the first one we're going to look at, the 2018 version. Now, these are $80 each. So, a little bit of a premium. Silver is at about $36 today. So, not too bad. I think that it's been going around high 36. I don't know if it'll get 37, but if it does, that will be, you know, an even lower premium for these if they're at that $80 for 2 ounces. So this is going to be the second one. And this coin, let's see which one it is. This is going to be the 2020. So it looks like on here we have the Succubus. And let's see, it looks like she is sitting on top of a man there with the moon in the background. You can see her wings coming out. And on the piece of architecture here, you have some, they look like hieroglyphics, and then you have the Roman numerals on there. And on the back, same design, 2 ounces, 3/9 fine silver, Pheli Mint. Definitely another really cool design. This one looks like it's going to be a full moon, so if we go back to this first one we looked at, this is the 2018. We have the moon there in the background, some leaves, and some grass and branches. Let's see if you can see it a little better over here. Get a good close look at it. And we'll do the same for the 2017. You can really see it there. Very nice. So the next one is going to be here, and this will be the 2016. So this will be the first of the designs. First in the series, and now this one's actually sold out. So we'll take a look at that design. This was the first one they made. They made 10,000, and this was probably one of the last ones because now it's currently sold out on the store, at least in this BU finish here. And you can see there's some skulls on the ground. Looks like this one's barefoot, the Succubus, and she's got her wings out. I think this is one of my favorite designs that I've seen from this collection so far. Definitely very cool. We've got some candles. Candles on the ground. We'll take a look at the back. Yeah, same pattern there. 2 ounces. Definitely like this one. The next one here, this is going to be the 2017. And it looks like we have the Succubus holding a skull sitting on top of what looks like a pile of skulls there. Very nice design. We've got the wings coming out and the tail. Get a closer look there. I think these definitely look better in person than they did on the website. Definitely pretty solid pieces. Some nice weight to them. And they all look really good art on there. Alright, and the last one here, this is going to be, let's see which one it is, the 2019. So this will be the 2019. And we have here another Succubus. This one has horns. Looks like she's on a dragon skull with the spear. And on the back, same design. So here we have all 5 together. And definitely a pretty nice collection. Very happy with these. Definitely pretty cool to have kind of like a investment item as a Bullion piece, but then also you have an art piece, you know, supporting an artist and supporting a small mint. So definitely a good buy. Now, with these, you can collect them, you can sell them. Each of these has 2 ounces of silver. So right there, if we're looking at silver spot price at about $35, I mean, right now we're at 36 plus, we've been around 35 for a little while, 34, it kind of depends, but each of these is going to be worth $70 in silver. And then you also have the art piece on them, and they also come with these plastic containers, which, if you were to buy, that'd be a little bit of money there. But definitely think this is a good pickup. I mean, if you're looking to collect silver, if you want something more unique for your collection, if you want to have something you might like to look at, like to, put on display, I think this is definitely a nice mint to go with. They have just finished this collection of 5 coins, and they are working on another one. So I might look to pick that up once it's completed and do another unboxing if we have more interest in that kind of thing. With these, as I mentioned before, the 2016, so that's right here, which I think out of all of them is definitely one of my favorites. I think this is definitely just a beautiful coin here. It unfortunately sold out online. I don't know if they're going to have more or not, but I think that they did mention once these are sold out, that would kind of be the end of these particular ones. The other ones are still available. Now let's go ahead and get a weight on them. It's going to be probably a little bit heavier because we do have the plastic on there. So let's see what we're going to be looking at with that. So can you see that there? Yeah, so we have the zeroed out. Let's see, I think that's the best view. And we'll go ahead and weigh one of them. And we're right at 72 grams. So that's what the weight is for that. I'm going to assume they'll all be, right about that 72 gram mark. So there's 2 trounces of silver, so that's about 64 grams. And I'm assuming that this container here looks like it weighs about 8 grams. So that's how these are weighing that much. I don't think I'm going to take them out of the plastic just so that we can keep them pristine. I think it's a nice touch that they do that for you, because if you were to pick these up, from a coin shop, secondhand, or from another mint, they might not come with the coin capsules already in place. And if you like these, coin containers to keep your silver in good condition, not getting scratched, it is 3/9 fine silver, so this is going to be less durable than sterling or something you'd use for jewelry. So these Bullion pieces, they do get scratched up pretty easily. And I actually have one over here that I'll go ahead and show you. So this is going to be a Libertad. And you see this one? Now, originally when this was minted, it looked like these. It was a good design. It was in BU condition. But as you can see, this one was worn as a pendant. So over time, it just gets banged up, beat up, and worn. And now it's looking pretty shabby. So with something like this, with an art piece, Libertad is a government coin. So you can pick these up pretty easily. There's a little bit of a premium on them. Actually, similar premium to these 2-ounce rounds if you consider like 2 Libertads versus 2 small mintage art piece designs. So yeah, that's what'll happen. So for me, I'm happy having them in this plastic, so that way they stay in good condition for a long time. But yeah, overall, I think a pretty cool collection here from Pheli Mint. Excited to see what they do in the future with more designs, if they'll go back and make maybe more of these, or if they'll stick with new kind of collections. So what do you guys think? Which one is your favorite? Would you be willing to pay a little bit over spot for something like this, for something a little more unique? Let me know. And if you want to see more of these, I do have another shipment coming in probably in a couple weeks, so we can take a look at that. That'll be a 10-ounce bar, so a little different than this. This is 5 2-ounce rounds, which I think is a kind of a nice balance because you do get a little more variety with what you're picking up versus a 10-ounce bar. But it looks like they are going to be bigger than those 1-ounce rounds as well. So you see this is going to be a 1-ounce round, and it's a little smaller, so you do get that bigger space, which gives you more space for the art. So yeah, thanks for watching, and next time I get a shipment, I can show you that as well.